Hello and welcome to today's workout. Today we're going to be doing a short upper body workout that you can literally do on your couch. And I have done things like this before when I'm, watching TV in the evening with my husband, or we're just hanging out and I want to get some movement in, but maybe I don't feel like working up a sweat or going out to the gym. I have some dumbbells in our living room and some bands to where I can get like some movement in, and it may not be as intense as we're going to do it today, but I just want to show you can work out while sitting down. So this workout is going to be about 15 minutes long. We're going to be working 40 seconds on and then 30 seconds off, and we'll be focusing our upper body. So we'll be doing our shoulders, some upper back, biceps and triceps. What you'll need is a pair of dumbbells or a couple pairs of dumbbells. So I have a lighter pair. I'm using 10 pounds for my lighter pair, and then a heavier pair, 20 pounds. So having a variety will be helpful with some of the movements we're doing. If you only have one set of dumbbells, though, use what you can. And if you need something lighter, because we will be targeting some smaller muscles like our rear deltoids and our medial deltoids, you can use whatever you have around to add some resistance. So whether that is some canned food, that can be as simple as it is. So let's go ahead and we'll get started. So I will show you our first movement. I will be using my lighter weight for the first couple of movements. This first one is going to be a curl to press. So we're doing a bicep curl straight up into a press, a neutral press. So this is the movement we will be starting with. So go ahead and grab your lighter set of dumbbells to kind of warm us up, and let's get started. So curl to press. And I am doing a neutral curl. And sometimes this type of shoulder press is actually easier on people's shoulders. So it can be helpful instead of like a traditional military press where we're out to the side. So we're just doing a bicep curl straight up, push up. So keep those elbows near the side of your body as we are doing this movement. And straight up. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and rest. The next movement we're going to do is a reverse fly. So we're going to bend over like this and bring our shoulders out like this. So dumbbells, this is called a reverse fly, kind of working that upper back of our shoulders. And we'll use a lighter weight here. This may be a little more challenging since it is a small muscle group. So use the lightest weight you have available, and you can always increase. Let's go ahead. One thing to keep in mind too is if it is a little heavier, you can slow the reps down. So while we are doing 40 seconds of work, if you need to take some breaks, that is totally fine. Take what you need. Part of this is not about doing as many reps as possible, but we want to challenge that muscle, right? I mean, if I dropped everything to 1 pound or 5 pounds, I could do more reps of everything. But it's not stimulating the muscle quite the way we are wanting it to. All right, next movement, we're going to do a fly press. Again, I'll use the lighter weight here. This is the movement it's going to be. Bringing our arms together, up and down. This is kind of like a Pilates movement. So we're going to target like our chest a little bit, upper chest here, and the front of our shoulders. Our shoulder has multiple muscles that we want to target. All right, let's go. So 90 degrees out, together, up. So it's kind of like a fly. You see some machines at the gym that are working like this that you can do. Again, we're hitting that upper chest some, as well as our upper back still. And our shoulders. My shoulders are already kind of tired. All right, let's go ahead and rest. Next movement we're going to be doing is an Arnold press. So I'm going to grab my heavier weights here. This will be 20 pounds. What we are doing is similar to that press we just did. We're starting here, going out, and then up. So this is an Arnold press. So it's like a traditional press, but we're rotating in. So kind of like you're blocking a punch and then out. We'll go ahead, if you need to grab some water, remember, do the best you can through this. All right. And if you need to drop weight, which I actually might, that is feeling heavy today, you can. That's one reason I like having a variety of weights. Some days we need to drop the weight, and that's part of listening to your body. All right, I'm gonna take a little breather. Okay, rest. Ooh. Yes, today is a little tougher. I'm not gonna lie. It took some extra motivation for me to do this workout today, and that is why having a seated one, getting movement in, is better than no movement, right? Not every day is about breaking PRs or lifting as heavy as possible. Some days it's just about getting back in. So the next movement we're going to do is just a traditional press. All right, I'm going to keep the weights I had. And that is my goal with these workouts, recording them, keeping them short, 15, maybe 20 minutes, is that you'll hear me say to do what you can with what you have, right? And depending on where you're at in life, maybe you are brand new to working out. Need a break. Maybe you haven't been working out as much. Maybe you have little ones running around like I do. Break. That can make it more challenging, right? And so depending on where you're at, you have to meet your workouts to that. Our next movement is going to be a rear delt row. So we're going to be bent over like this, bringing those elbows up. So I have like a 90-degree angle. This is going to hit that rear deltoid. So what I was saying is matching our movement, right? Sometimes we can have the all or nothing mentality that if I can't go to the gym, if I can't do an hour-long workout, then there's no point in doing it. If I can't have the most epic body that's beach ready or whatever, then there's no point in doing it. But that's just not the case. We work out to push ourselves physically, to make our bodies more capable, to steward our bodies well, to also just discipline our bodies well, right? It takes mental discipline to do it, to push ourselves. That's why we do this. Oh my. Our next is going to be tricep extension. I will turn so you can see it. Elbows are near my head, and we're going like this. We'll grab our weight. And so whatever season you're in, you know, since having my son, he's 21 months old, there have been months where I've gone to the gym, like consistently, like 3 to 4 days a week. But lately, that's not been the case. These types of workouts, 2 to 3 times a week, have been what I've been doing. And also walking. My husband and my son, we'd go for a walk pretty much every day. I would say literally 6 out of 7 days a week, for about 30 to 45 minutes in the evening. Next movement is going to just be a bicep curl, just like this right here. Keeping those elbows close. We don't want to swing it. And that has been what I have found is what I need in this capacity, this stage of my life. Am I reaching my full physical potential? Maybe not. I'm not as strong as I was several months ago, or obviously before pregnancy, but I'm healthy. I'm taking care of my body. I'm not overworking it, because that's something that can also be a temptation, is especially in today's world, so much focus on having the perfect body or working out and discipline, that we neglect other areas that are important to our health, such as rest, quality sleep, especially as a mom, because we already know that can be limited. So these can be a great starter workout for you. All right, next movement again is going to be a tricep dip. So this we're going to do on the we're going to dip down, so we're not seated for this, but go down as much as you are comfortable. The further your feet are out, the more difficult it will be. The closer they are in, the easier it will be. So adapt it to meet what you need. If this does not feel good to your shoulders, you can do the movement we did before, the tricep extension, and repeat that. But truly focusing on why we work out and keeping it in its proper place is important, and it's very easy to fall into different extremes. And I'm not saying if you like have a more competitive edge and you're able to do that, that's totally fine. But again, even in that, keeping it in its proper place. Next move, we're going to hit our biceps again. We're going to do a hammer curl, just like this. So instead of our palms out, they're going to be neutral, and we'll bring those dumbbells right up here like we're taking a drink. And I also tend to be more competitive, and I enjoy working out and pushing myself. But again, it's looking at it in light. Sometimes we have to sacrifice even those things for other things that are more important, have more eternal value. Because we know disciplining our body does have some value, as Paul says, but godliness has value for this and the life to come. So working our biceps here. Do your best to keep this movement strict. Can be hard. All right, we have 2 more movements. We are going to hit our medial deltoid a little bit more with some lateral raises, just like this. These are one of my favorite movements because I do like well-rounded, developed shoulders, and this is like a key movement to that. So a couple keys is keeping those elbows higher. Sometimes you'll see people start to do this, and we're not engaging that shoulder very well. So doing these seated is also a bit more challenging because we can't use as much momentum or power from our legs. But again, do the best you can. If you're able, pausing for a second up top, squeezing that shoulder. Trying to get these up as high as possible. All right, rest. Last movement we're going to do is a front raise, 2 lateral raise. This is going to target our entire shoulder again, and then we are done. So I hope you enjoyed this workout. It was challenging. This workout, the way to progress it is by trying to do more reps in each 40 seconds of movement, or by increasing your weight. I would say doing that is going to be better for you if you have access to a larger variety of weights. So front raise, front raise, 2 lateral. So I'm going up and then out. these are challenging. Definitely too, by having shorter rest periods, 30 seconds is not a whole lot of rest, which is why this works cardiovascular system, but also our muscles well, and we're able to do it in a short amount of time, but it does make increasing that weight more challenging. So another option, because these movements are challenging to increase weight when we have such limited rest periods, like if we only have 30 seconds of rest, that's not a whole lot of time for that muscle to recover. So one thing you can do here is taking these movements that we did, and instead of doing 40 seconds on, 30 seconds of rest, you can increase that weight and increase that rest time to 60, even 90 seconds between each movement. That way, your muscle is able to recover well, and you'll be able to lift more weight. So that's one great way to work out. So just a couple ways you can adapt this workout to fit what your needs are. But I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of it, and I'll catch you in the next